All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving straight into the mystery of your body's most overworked and honestly totally underappreciated organ. We're talking about your liver. It's often called the silent guardian, and for really good reason. It works tirelessly behind the scenes, pulling off over 500 vital functions every single day just to keep you alive and kicking. But how do you know when it's struggling? Well, today we are going to decode the subtle, kind of sneaky messages your body sends when your liver is quietly begging for a little help. So, are you ignoring your body's silent alarms? It's a sobering thought, right? Because unlike a sprained ankle or a nasty cough that absolutely demands your immediate attention, liver issues have this sneaky tendency to develop quietly over time. Basically, by the time the damage becomes super obvious, you're already in a pretty tough spot. But hey, the good news here? Your body is incredibly smart. It drops hints. It sets off these silent alarms. You just need to know exactly what you're looking for. Now, to really understand these alarms, we've got to grasp the sheer massive scale of what this organ actually does. It is constantly filtering harmful substances right out of your blood. It's processing all the nutrients from your food, it's driving your digestion, and it's actively supporting hundreds of processes that keep you healthy. It's basically your body's ultimate multitasker. The stakes for keeping this operational powerhouse running smoothly literally couldn't be higher. If your liver goes on strike, well, the whole shebang grinds to a halt. Okay, so how we catch a problem before it spirals. We're going to count down 7 hidden warning signs that your liver might actually be sending out an SOS. These are the super subtle clues that most people completely miss or just brush off as everyday life. Let's get into it. First up, do you often wake up feeling totally drained even after a solid 8 hours of sleep? It is so incredibly common to just dismiss this one. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm just getting older, or work has been crazy stressful lately. And sure, fatigue can absolutely have a dozen different causes, but persistent, unshakable tiredness is actually one of the most frequently reported symptoms by people experiencing underlying liver problems. The mechanics behind that kind of exhaustion are actually fascinating. Think of your liver as your body's engine room. When that engine isn't firing on all cylinders, your body suddenly has a much harder time processing nutrients. And if you aren't processing nutrients efficiently, you simply aren't generating normal energy levels. So if you are constantly exhausted without a totally clear reason, it's not just a sign to drink another cup of coffee. It's a major sign to pay attention to your liver. Beyond just exhaustion, your liver also dictates exactly how you feel right after a meal. Reflect on your digestion for a second. Do you often feel heavily bloated or uncomfortably full right after eating? Now look, occasional bloating is totally normal. Maybe you just had a really heavy meal. But if this discomfort is a persistent, everyday thing, that becomes a major red flag that something is wrong further up the chain. Here's why. When your liver isn't working efficiently, your body seriously struggles to process fats and nutrients. It creates this massive supply chain issue right in your gut. Your digestion slows way down, it becomes sluggish, and that specific inefficiency is exactly what leads to that persistent, heavy bloating and abdominal discomfort that you just can't seem to shake off. Another huge clue actually shows up when you use the restroom. Is your urine unusually dark, even when you know for a fact you've been drinking plenty of water? Your bathroom habits can reveal a whole lot about your overall health. Usually, we all know dark urine just means you're dehydrated. But if you start chugging water and literally nothing changes, you absolutely shouldn't ignore that. The absolutely crucial point here is that dark-colored urine, once we've completely ruled out simple dehydration, is strongly associated with liver-related problems. It means your body is desperately trying to flush out waste products through your kidneys because your liver is struggling to process them. If your hydration is totally on point but that dark color stubbornly remains, that is a crystal clear signal to go consult a healthcare professional. Now, while bloating or fatigue can be pretty subtle, our next red flag is a loud, blaring alarm that requires immediate medical attention. Have you noticed a yellow tint to the whites of your eyes, or maybe even your skin? Unlike the quiet signs we've talked about so far, this is a glaring visual indicator that your body's internal filtration system is completely overwhelmed. Let's demystify exactly what's happening here. This condition is called jaundice. It happens when your liver simply cannot properly process a substance called bilirubin. Now, bilirubin is just a naturally occurring yellow pigment that your body produces during the normal breakdown of red blood cells. A healthy liver processes it right out, no problem. But a struggling liver lets it build up, and that yellow pigment literally starts showing up in your eyes and skin. Moving on, another really subtle shift often happens right at the dinner table. Have you experienced a sudden, totally unexplained decrease in your appetite? Or maybe you sit down to eat and you feel uncomfortably full after just 3 or 4 bites? This is tricky. A lot of people actually welcome a drop in appetite at first to lose a few pounds. But losing interest in eating out of nowhere is a symptom that often goes unnoticed until real damage is done. Sure, lots of health conditions can mess with your hunger, but liver issues specifically can significantly kill your drive to eat. Over time, ignoring this loss of appetite contributes to unintentional weight loss. And remember what we talked about earlier, if you aren't eating, you aren't getting nutrients. This creates a really dangerous cascading effect of nutritional deficiencies that forces your already tired liver to struggle even more. It just compounds the damage. Okay, here is a symptom that completely surprises almost everyone. Are you experiencing persistent itching without an obvious cause? I'm talking no bug bites, no new laundry detergent, no dry winter skin, just an irritating, ongoing itch. Most of us, for sure, would never link an itchy arm or an itchy leg to our internal organs, right? But that ongoing itch, that's actually your body desperately trying to communicate that toxins are not being filtered properly. Bile salts and other waste products can literally build up right under your skin when the liver isn't clearing them out. So while 100 things can make you itch, if it's persistent and totally unexplained, please don't just brush it off or go buy a more expensive lotion. Go get it evaluated by a professional. Finally, let's do a really quick physical check. Do you feel pressure, tenderness, or maybe just a dull, weird ache on the upper right side of your abdomen, right up there under your ribcage? That specific, localized spot is exactly where your liver sits. Now, just to be super clear, obviously not every random ache and pain in your body is a liver problem. Sometimes you just pulled a muscle at the gym. But if you have persistent discomfort, ongoing tenderness, or a lingering feeling of pressure, specifically in that upper right quadrant, well, that is a localized warning sign that should never, ever be ignored. So, when we put all these pieces together, a really clear picture emerges, doesn't it? From the engine room fatigue and those gut supply chain issues, all the way to unfiltered toxins causing a physical itch. If several of these subtle clues are sounding a little too familiar, your silent guardian is actively sending you an SOS. Recognizing this overall pattern is the absolute first critical step toward turning things around. So, what on earth do we actually do about it? Let's pivot from the stress of these symptoms to mastering your lifestyle. It's all about contrasting habits that harm with empowering choices that actually heal. On the harmful side, excessive alcohol is obviously a well-known liver stressor, but actually, so are sugary drinks and highly processed junk foods packed with bad fats. Those contribute heavily to fatty liver disease. Add in inactivity, smoking, or misusing medications, and you have a total recipe for damage. But look at the healing side. A balanced diet and regular physical activity are literally your liver's best friends. Movement actively supports your metabolic health in a massive way. And to make that balanced diet incredibly simple for you, here is a clear, super actionable grocery list you can use today to support your liver function. We're talking avocados, nutrient-packed leafy greens, antioxidant-rich berries, whole oats, fish, heart-healthy olive oil, and nuts. Look, these aren't just delicious foods. They are the exact raw materials your liver requires to filter toxins, to repair itself, and to keep your energy levels totally soaring. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Just take a second to let this resonate with you. Small daily choices can make a big difference. Eat well, stay active, and take care of your liver. It really doesn't take massive, dramatic life overhauls to protect this vital organ. The earlier you identify these health concerns and start implementing these basic habits, the better off you're going to be. Because a healthy liver is the absolute, rock-solid foundation for a healthier, stronger, and far more energetic life, especially as we get after 40. Which brings us right to our final question. What is one small choice you can make today to support your silent guardian? Because look, the most overworked organ in your body has literally been quietly saving your life since the day you were born. The real question is, when are you going to start returning the favor? It's time to take immediate action. And hey, if you found these insights helpful, make sure to check out Healthy After 40 to dive even deeper into healthy aging strategies. Thanks so much for learning with us today, and seriously, take care of that silent guardian.